Hello, I am Matthew, a Chartered Financial Planner at Wealth Advice, and in this video we're going to talk to you about the retirement options available in the UK. The earliest you can take your pension is age 55, which is rising to 57 from 2028. Usually you can take up to a quarter of your pension tax-free, with the rest taxed as income when you take it out. Some of the more common questions that we get asked by clients are things like, what is the best option for me in retirement? And what is an annuity, or what is income drawdown and how does it work? The options available from your existing pension may vary, but at a high level you have the option to exchange your pension for an annuity, which is a guaranteed income for life, to use drawdown, which is where you flexibly access your pension pot, or UFPLS, which is a one-off lump sum from your pension. Let's start by explaining annuities. You always have the option to convert some or all of your pension savings to an annuity, which will pay you a guaranteed income for your life. At the start, you can choose different options like inflation protection or a continuing income for your partner or spouse after your death. It's important to get the quotes from the whole of the market, as different providers will offer different rates, and you need to make sure that you confirm things like your health status and your lifestyle, as these can potentially boost the income that they will provide to you. For example, a smoker may be offered a higher income to account for a potentially shorter life expectancy. Annuities can't be changed once they're set up, so you need to choose what's right for you and get the best deal when you set the annuity up. As an annuity has no investment element, this is why it's considered a lower risk option. In contrast, drawdown lets you keep your pension invested and draw an income whenever you need to. This means if you need more money than usual, for whatever reason, you know you have the flexibility to take it, unlike with an annuity. If your investments perform well and you don't take too much out of your pension, you have the ability to take a higher income in the future. But the danger is you could run out of money if your investments perform poorly, or you take too much too early from your pension, or if you live longer than expected. This means it's a higher risk option than an annuity, so it won't be right for everyone. With annuities and drawdown, you take the tax-free cash at the start. With uncrystallised funds pension lump sums, UFPLS for short, it's different. 25% of each lump sum is usually tax-free, with the rest taxable, while the remainder of your pot can stay invested. This means the risks are more like drawdown, and it's a higher risk option compared to the annuity. If you wanted to take £10,000 via UFPLS, £2,500 will be paid out as tax-free cash and £7,500 will be paid out as taxable income. Now that you know the three main options for taking your pension, let's look at some examples of how they would work. Our first example is Julie. Let's say she's single, 60 years old, and currently in receipt of a teacher's pension, which meets 90% of her expenditure. Julie has no children, so there's no need to leave a legacy. Her current pension pot is £200,000. In this example, she uses £150,000 of this to purchase an annuity, which will pay her £6,000 per annum, which is a monthly income of £500, and she takes a tax-free lump sum of £50,000 to top up her cash balances. This suits Julie's requirements, as she's happy to know that she's got that guaranteed income for life, plus she's got an additional £50,000 lump sum, topping up her cash balances, as well as that teacher's pension we talked about. Our next example is Neil. Neil's married and is 55 and also has a pension pot of £200,000. He's an IT manager who's retired, but he still intends to do some consultancy projects in retirement. Neil's income will therefore vary, and some months his consultancy work will cover all of his monthly expenditure. Neil would like a monthly income of £2,000 per month. As Neil doesn't wish to start winding down and reducing his workload in retirement, he wants the ability to pick and choose the work that he does. Neil also likes the idea of being able to have a month off, perhaps December. So drawdown suits Neil, as he can turn on income from his pension to match his expenditure needs. Neil can choose to only take tax-free cash from his pension in order to ensure that no additional tax is taken from the taxable income, and also to ensure that he doesn't trigger the money purchase annual allowance. For every £2,000 worth of tax-free cash that Neil takes, £6,000 moves across from his pre-retirement pot to his drawdown pot. Our next example is Michael, who is married, he's age 65 and he's already retired. Michael worked in a factory and is due to take his defined benefit pension next year. He's also saved into a personal pension whilst working, and again has that pension pot of £200,000. Michael's wife Wendy has a pension income which currently meets their regular expenditure. Michael is keen to upgrade his car as he's been struggling to get into his sports car recently. In this tax year, Michael has the opportunity to benefit from UFPLS as he has no other taxable income. Michael could therefore access $16,760 from his pension via UFPLS without any tax being due. That might sound like a funny figure, but 25% of that is treated as tax-free cash. That's $4,190, and the remaining 75% is $12,570, which can be accommodated within Michael's personal allowance. As I mentioned earlier in the video, one of the most common questions we get asked is, what retirement option is best for me? The simple answer to this is to consider which of the options I've discussed will match your income needs and your objectives in retirement. If you are a low-risk individual and you cannot tolerate any investment risk, then annuity is the logical starting point. If you're comfortable with investment risk, you can then consider if you would prefer a regular income stream to be paid, for example, monthly, or if you prefer to take lump sums or multiple lump sums throughout the year. With both Drawdown and UFPLS, it's important to consider the long-term sustainability of your pension. If you take around 4% per annum from the pension, there's a 98% chance that your pension will provide you with the income throughout retirement. The higher the levels of withdrawals you take, however, the less chance that the income strategy will be sustainable. Which option you choose depends entirely on your personal circumstances. Retirement is something that you only do once, and the decision you make impacts your income for the rest of your life, so it's important to get it right. There's also the option to blend all of the above options to suit your personal needs, depending on what you're looking for in retirement. I would always recommend at least discussing your specific options with a financial planner who can help point you in the right direction. Usually, initial meetings are free of charge, so it can't hurt to ask questions such as which option's best for me. I hope you found this video useful. If you've got a specific topic that you would like us to cover, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you for listening.